Let me be crystal clear on this issue. Chief Billy Bolin and his command staff have my unequivocal support. I've been very pleased with how Chief has interacted with the public since his time in office. He has a demanding job. I believe with all my heart that he is looking out for the best interest of our citizens as well as those members of the Evansville Police Department.
I want to ask you to speak on behalf of the Fraternal Order Police, but as mayor, do you have any indication as to why they're holding this vote?
The FOP has a number of what I would describe as labor management issues. They actually brought to me several weeks ago. I characterized their concerns as labor management issues, but none of the issues concern me to the extent that I would think would be disqualifiers for the chief's ability to lead the department. I think it's unfortunate they've gotten to this point, but I also am quite confident that things can be resolved to everyone's satisfaction.
So even if they vote overwhelmingly for no confidence, the Chief Bolin and the entire team has your support?
Yes.
And just for a clarification point, the FOP actually can't really do anything to Bolin, right? Only you
Correct.
Can. What authority do you have in this matter?
Well, the chief serves at the pleasure of the mayor.
So you can fire him, hire him, however you want.
Yes.
Mayor, Chief Bolin said on Facebook this morning that there were tensions between the FOP and his office, and he indicated that it's been that way for 20 plus years. What are those tensions? Are you aware of any of those between?
Those are probably best left to the chief to describe. I would describe the working relationship as not unlike any other sort of labor and management situation where you have a management team that set out a vision and a course and a direction and ask that the employees that report up to that leader follow those guidelines and that vision. They may not always agree with that vision, and so I don't think it's any more than that.
You've made your stance very clear here that you're in support of the chief, but what if the FOP comes back and says, we have no confidence in this chief? Does that do anything for you?
No.
So do you think there will be a divide between some of the FOP members of EPD and the chief? Is that a healthy working relationship?
There should be a good, solid working relationship. That doesn't mean they're going to agree all the time. I suspect that you don't always agree with your boss or anyone that's before me today. I don't think it's anything greater than that. I have great respect for the FOP. We don't always agree on everything, but I would say this: that the chief has been out working in the public for 8 years now as chief of police, and he's done outstanding stuff. He's helped create community outreach programs that are part of modern day policing. He has created units within the department that are helping our city become more safe. The Viper unit, as an example. This year alone, 256 felony arrests, 93 misdemeanor arrests, and 24 illegal guns off the streets. Many of those people arrested are people that are involved in violent crime or gang activity. The chief is working hard along with his command staff and all members of the department to make our city as safe as possible. I think it's very likely that many of the issues that the FOP will raise to the chief and has raised to the chief can be resolved.
These no confidence votes have become more popular, if you will, across the country. Just a simple Google search will turn up several. Is that sending a message to police departments across the country? Is it sending any message to you that these are becoming more popular and now it's happening here?
I don't know what it means. The fact that the fact that FOP organizations across the country have votes like this, I don't know why they're doing that, because I would suspect that every department has different issues. The issues that the FOP in Evansville perceives it has are probably not the same issues that the FOP in New York City may perceive it has. So I don't know how to correlate one to the other.
Mr. Mayor, you've made your support clear. However, I do want to ask, are there any actions that the chief has taken or Evansville Police that have raised concerns in your mind, or anything that you'd like to see done different?
No, I'm very confident in the leadership of Chief Bolin and his command staff. Running a law enforcement agency, whether it's in Evansville, Indiana, or anywhere, is a difficult task. And the officers that work for our department are charged with making arrests and being in situations that are extraordinarily stressful. And they come under great scrutiny. The chief has really, I think, taken great strides to make sure we are transparent and accountable for the actions of our department. I'm proud of the men and women of the department, as I am of the leadership of Chief Bolin.
Can you remind us when you appointed Chief Bolin?
When we took office, 2012.
Can you speak any more detail of what the issues may be between the two sides?
You could talk to the FOP about them, but again, I would characterize them as labor management issues.
Yes.
They might not like the way they get a vehicle, or they're important in the day-to-day operation, but I don't think it rises to the level of where we need to concern the community and have a no confidence vote.
You said that those issues, they were brought to your attention last month, right?
Yes.
Do you know if that was before or after the vote that led to the vote of no confidence?
Ask that one more time.
So I was talking to Thompson, and he said that last month, August 21st, at the meeting, the body voted to move forward with.
Okay, so their meeting with me was before that.
It was before that.
Yes. And at that meeting with me, they indicated they hoped they would not come to a vote of no confidence. And the next thing I know was that they had to vote.
Did you have notice of that vote beforehand?
No.
I guess as the mayor and a leader in this city, do you feel any kind of personal responsibility yourself to try and navigate tensions like this, whether it be between FOP and the chief or anywhere? Do you feel a responsibility yourself to try and smooth those things over?
Absolutely I do, but I also believe that none of these issues require the mayor's guidance. They are issues that the police chief and his command staff can easily work out with the membership of the FOP. If it requires my involvement, as always, I'm happy to do it. But none of the issues are so serious that a mayor should have to jump in and help navigate.